Hey everyone, my name is Simpsy, how you all doing? Welcome to episode 4 of my Total War Rome 2 DEI Divide et Impera Sulla campaign on the Mithridatic Wars scenario. Still continuing with trying to win Sulla's civil war against Marius. I hope you all enjoy it. Okay, wars-wise, Crassus is currently still fighting in Sicily, trying to dominate and control the entirety of the island. He's already taken Syracuse. We're going to use that as a naval base so we can dominate the Mediterranean. Pompey's eventually going to get down there. And once we take all of Sicily, we can use it as a staging ground to actually get into North Africa. Lepidus is currently in Cisalpine Gaul, trying to put down some of the tribes from the Po Valley and bring in more legionaries. Sulla is going to try and siege out Masalia. We were raiding there for quite some time, trying to draw them out, but it doesn't seem like they're going to do that, so we'll try and starve them out. Okay, during the end-turn phase here, we've actually had a little bit of a complication. That navy that we saw in the last episode has actually attacked Syracuse now, which is annoying. We've just left. The garrison is weak, and they're probably going to take it. But it actually might not be too bad, because we might be able to crush the navy, because we kind of baited them in, which is quite funny. Oh, and Masalia has attacked. Oh, jeez. This is like a 10,000 man battle. This is massive. Alright, well, we'll fight this one against Masalia. Let's go. A lot of hoplites, so at least we've got that to our advantage. Oh, looking at the topography of this battlefield as well. This is perfect. Perfect for us. First of all, nice and hilly. We've got the high ground. The terrain's a little bit shocking as well. Triple axis formation. We'll move into a position that we can hold. Looking at the army build for this one. Mostly legionnaires and infantry. I don't have any archers or skirmishers because I did kind of assume that it was probably going to go into a long protracted siege potentially, but now they've come out against us, so it's kind of bitten us a little bit. But we should be okay. We're currently still not favoured in the balance of power because I guess they still have some military forces in potentially North Africa, maybe even far Iberia. Marius has moved a lot of his legions into Italy and Cisalpine Gaul. We crushed, obviously, a legion in Sicily in the last episode. Now our navy's come on in, and we've crushed, I don't know, maybe 4 or 5 now, off the top of my head. Now that Masalia's in the conflict, that's going to complicate things, as they've got a full stack and a garrison here now. I was trying, because they declared war upon us, I was nearly tempted to not deal with them, because, like, obviously Masalia is quite a decent settlement to take, but it's just so costly. There's a full stack in there, and there's a garrison, so hopefully we can be successful here today. We're going to try and hold, we'll try and wrap around and flank where we can, try and skirmish them as well, and we'll go with hammer and ambush strikes with our cavalry. But if we can hold in our formation, we should be fine, as they're just not going to have that offensive thrust. Like, they're not going to have that really high attack damage and offensive capabilities because they've got so many hoplites. We should be able to withstand any skirmisher fire, but we'll see how we go in this one, eh? So I thought we'd talk about Masalia, modern-day Marseille, here today, because it's quite an interesting city and settlement, and it's actually a really quite cool faction to play as in Total War Rome 2. It's obviously a Hellenic Greek colony in southern France, so you can really try and conquer Gaul. Maybe I should do a Masalia campaign. It's been a while. I just really like it as a faction because there's multiple paths you can go down. You can obviously potentially go into Italy and throw out the Romans and establish a Hellenic sphere of influence separate from Greece and potentially Sicily, or you could go into Iberia, maybe even make a Hellenic Gaul. I think it's quite cool. So Masalia, known as Marseille in the modern day, was a prosperous Greek city-state located on the coast of modern-day southern France. It was founded in the 6th century BC by Greek settlers and became one of the most important trading centres in the western Mediterranean. The city was known for its wealth, prosperity, and cultural diversity. And obviously, as a Greek city-state, it was a valuable maritime trade hub and was valued for its commerce and Greek ideas. Over the centuries, Masalia maintained its independence and autonomy, despite the attempts of various conquerors and empires to control it. During the Roman Republic, Masalia became a major ally of Rome and was granted special privileges and protections in its return for its support. We will be doing no such thing. We're going to be subjugating it if we're successful in winning this battle here today and then eventually taking the city. The city continued to trade and thrive through the Roman Empire as its population grew. Merchants, traders, and artisans flocked to the city to gain advantage of its prosperous economy. Moving now to the little bit far future compared to this campaign. In the 4th century, Masalia was sacked by the Visigoths and underwent an unfortunate period of decline. However, the city was eventually rebuilt and continued to thrive as an important trading hub through the Middle Ages. In the 16th century now, Masalia became a part of the Kingdom of France and was renamed Marseille. Despite the challenges posed by the war, revolution, and the economic upheaval, Marseille remained a prosperous and dynamic city and continues to be one of the most important ports in France. The legacy of Masalia/Marseille modern day is one of resilience, prosperity, and cultural diversity. The city has a rich history and has played a significant role in the shaping of Mediterranean history and European. Today, Marseille is a bustling modern city that continues to celebrate its rich culture, heritage, and long storied history, and it's a place I would highly recommend checking out. It's a really, really cool city. Right on the southern coast of France there, went there on my European gap year back in the day. So I would recommend it. The food is off the charts. Alright, back to the battlefield now. We seem to be holding mostly. On that right-hand side, we've just got some legionnaires just sitting there, twiddling their thumbs, with their hands in their pockets, not doing too much. This cavalry's doing a work on their archers. We might actually be able to open a front here. It's this terrain that is really, really helping us. I wonder if this was a nice, flat battlefield, would we be in this position? So thankfully they're trickling in a bit slower. My cavalry is absolutely stuffed there. They're exhausted. But we have managed to focus on their skirmishes quite well. Our peel is doing alright. Let's rotate there. There we go. Oh, wow. They just crushed that cavalry unit. I'm surprised. Because sometimes the Masalian cavalry can be quite strong, because it's usually... Well, the thing is, it's like a Hellenic faction, but it's also got a hybrid, like, barbarian/Gaul roster as well to some extent. And... the Gauls thrive with their, like, oath sworn, like, their superior, like, tier 3 swordsmen. Like, they can go up against some of the best legionnaires, especially when their abilities are put on down. But their cavalry is quite exceptional. That's about it for the barbarians. They're not that good otherwise. I don't know. I just don't tend to find the barbarian factions that interesting. Maybe because they're, pretty the same. A little bit copy and paste in Rome too. Yeah, probably like, maybe not so much in DEI, but like, I feel like the barbarian factions are definitely the less worked on. I don't know. I just prefer playing as the Romans, S tier, and maybe like any Greek state, A tier. I'm a man of culture, if you know what I mean. Alright, let's swing around here. We're doing so well, just pinning them down. They are not taking an inch of territory here from us. We've also got a baggage train back there. Now, is it still worth having them? Because I sometimes see, like, other people's campaigns, just like they don't use them that much. I tend to use them. I think it's because I'm still stuck in my ways. Like, you do... maybe that's not that good for us. That's a solid charge there, though. Because we haven't got that much skirmishers / archers, because so we're not needing just like the resupply quickly and the accuracy. I think it's just because way back in the day when I played DEI when it came out, 2015, 16. I remember playing it a lot back then. Like the no, dude, it might have been. Oh no, probably sounds about maybe 14. Can't remember exactly. Only 10 years ago, crikey. More 8, 9. Anyway, supply. That was the thing. Supply was a massive issue. Like, you really couldn't campaign far, way back in the day, without baggage supply. So, maybe I'm a little bit set in my ways on that. Anyway, we're slowly but surely swinging around here. But they seem to be thrown back. 50... it's going back and forth here. Oh, nice. Yeah, and just like slowly but surely, incrementally, keep on moving up and we'll be fine. I think we're going to win this one because we're just going to be able to surround them and get the encirclement bonus. Their morale is going to drop. And then hopefully we can take Masalia. But the thing is, Sulla, like, taking settlements so far in this series, he's just lost a lot of men. Maybe he's being hyper aggressive. Maybe because Crassus is just like fighting weaker armies, it seems to be. But so far, you got to give it to Masalia. Once again, being fiercely independent. Fighting to the absolute bitter end. Alright, let's give out some attack orders now. Swing this around. Nice. And then we just want to try and run down as many of them as we can. Come on. Yeah, like, look at that. Like, I'm just looking at the battlefield there. It's like literally a choke point. That valley there. Just the high ground. We've obviously got the defense. We can just like they don't have the offensive capabilities. Oh, nice. Look at that. Let's give out some attack orders and try and run down as many of them as possible. Sulla has won a glorious victory here today. And then, hopefully in doing so, has captured Masalia. Which is kind of massive. We can use this as a supply hub. Narbo. Maybe Bertagala, potentially. Maybe some more territory in France is under Marius control. But we'll see. But anyway, we can use it as a launching pad. A logistics hub. To recruit more. And then launch an offensive into the Iberian Peninsula. Look at this. The Roman cavalry is going to have an absolute field day. That was a 12,000 man battle. It's definitely over 10,000. Outnumbered 2-1. They came out and offensively hit. We were not favoured to win this one. Looking at the balance of power whatsoever. And Sulla's going to win a big W. Need to get those command points up nice and high. To be fair, I think Crassus might actually have a bigger command rating. Technically. Because he's just fought more. You can tend to farm battles in Rome too to some extent. But I think that's probably it. I don't know if we're going to be able to catch this unit. Because this my cavalry's so exhausted, man. You can just see this is a really good example of fatigue and exhaustion in DEI Divide et Impera. Like, towards the last little bits of this battle, like, they can barely even run. They can barely even outrun infantry, this cavalry. Alright. Close battle, whatever you reckon. In the winter as well, probably didn't help. Fighting in the slush and snow. So, 2,500 got captured. That's quite a lot. We'll make sure we get rid of them, so they don't run back into the city too much. We'll attend. And they've actually... Okay. Oh my god. You're kidding me. Can we get some mercenaries? Like, even after we won, at the top of the turn now, we're still, like, you know, got the best odds. The remaining force is kind of stuffed. We might have to deal with that rebellion there in Patavium. They're raiding the glasswares. Even though there's only 6 units there, the garrison coming in should be fine. Alright, back down in the south. Still trying to take Sicily. And... yeah, Syracuse has been retaken, so... we'll wait. So, the main thing was trying to catch the navy. More annoying than anything. Had to retreat from Aggregas. Let's put a supply pit there. I think that changed, didn't it? Right, let's get Pompey down here. I probably should have, in hindsight, moved the navy down there earlier, but maybe we would have got crushed, so maybe not. Alright, still dealing with these rebels in Cisalpine Gaul. Okay. They're actually a little bit depleted. So... yeah, we're still sieging out in Masalia. Do we take the order resolve? Oh my god. Now it's going to be Pyrrhic. We only got 57%. It is risky diminishing your forces that much, but we should be fine. We're just going to need to replenish and repair in Masalia. We might be able to take Narbo, which... oh! That complicates things. There's a full stack in the north. Yikes. That's pretty bad. Oh, it's a full stack as well. It's their new leader. They actually might straight up beeline to us. Ooh. Maybe if it turns into a defensive siege, potentially. Anyway, the Arverni border us, so we're going to be able to trade with them. Yeah, if we can get amicable relations with the Gauls, it's probably not a bad idea. They kind of hate Masalia anyway, so that's probably why we've got some semblance of at least neutral relations. Who are these guys? These guys have popped up in the Balkans here. Let's try and trade with them. Yeah, I wonder what's sort of going on in the Far East and north of the Danube. What wildness is going on out there in barbarian lands? Okay, the Gaetuli are interested in trade. Interesting. It's because we've opened up Syracuse, I guess, as a trade lane. Oh, and in doing so, we might be able to get trade with the far Iberian factions, sort of being fiercely independent against Marius, I guess. I could sail around and trade with Britannia and Egypt and stuff. Actually, Egypt might actually declare war upon me. Why was the attrition rate so high for these guys? That's kind of crazy. Like, we're actually going to win this one with Lepidus. Without the garrison coming on in, which is interesting. I don't know. It's a little bit cheesy. Going around getting trade. Maybe not. I don't know. It is a little bit weird, like, trading with Britain women. We don't even know they exist, really, up there. I don't know. Anyway, that's been crushed. Okay, so hopefully we can hold Syracuse now. That's been a little bit of a meat grinder. Alright, let's push to Aggregas, and this time around, hopefully bring it under occupation. But that's DEI, man. 1 step forward, 2 steps back. It's not as easy as, like in vanilla Rome 2, you can just, like, steamroll a province like Sicily and essentially auto-resolve it. Obviously in DEI, it's hard fought. Okay, the Navy's now back. And we're definitely going to auto-resolve this one. Hopefully that's the end of Marius's Navy. But interesting that they've focused a decent amount of investment on it. In the sense that, well, they've lost countless legions. Why not go for the naval supremacy? Because we can't, sure, afford to be on that front. Military alliance with the Gaetuli. Interesting. Well, they do hold Tingis. I'm actually going to accept. Okay, and let's now get Crassus to hopefully bring all of Sicily under our control. And I've actually skipped a little bit ahead here. We've moved Lepidus down. And a clear-cut auto-resolve. All of Sicily is now under our control. That's what I love about DEI. Always really hard fought. We've also got another army that's been there in Pella, not really doing too much. I eventually want to try and throw... Oh, there's nearly 2 stacks. That was the army there because we just had a little bit of spare money. Also, we needed to repair in Masalia. I don't know what happened to that full stack in the end. It seemed to have been taken out by the Gauls or disappears. It never actually attacked Masalia, which is weird. So we're going to push into Narbo, and we're going to try and hold this. We're going to open up another trade lane, and we're going to make plans and preparations for now Sulla to hopefully invade Iberia. And the Volcae are just here, so let's get some semblance of a trade agreement. That would be ideal. The more trade we can get, the better. Seems to work instead of just straight non-aggression packs. Oh, you've got to be kidding me, man. We've only, like, just taken this territory, and another legion has come out of nowhere. My god, how many legions does he have? This could be bad, because we lost a decent amount of forces taking Narbo there. We might have to flee back to Masalia. We're going to deal with the consequences of this. Well, it's probably time to wrap things up here today anyway, and we'll deal with this at the start of the next episode. Sulla, once again, potentially could be at the back foot. We're definitely probably going to lose Narbo, which is quite annoying. But anyway, stay tuned for episode 5 coming out soon. If you enjoyed this type of content, like and subscribe. And if you want to see more, check out the videos on screen from me. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.